Alright, what's going on with the economy in McDonald's, Greg?
Well, you see, as people keep getting lower and lower with money, right? It doesn't make sense because everything else is going down too, just like gas and shit and oil. So that means all your actually expenses for home and shit, they should be a little lower. Maybe a tad bit lower, or this much lower. Either way, a little lower. But the food cost, it keeps going up and up and up. I'm trying to figure out why. Is it that the farmers are actually paying their workers what they should be making, which is minimum wage? Or are they just trying to make the most profit as they could, like the oil industry did last year when they had the price at $4 a gallon? Either way, that's McDonald's. So people want these higher food costs and shit. But for some reason, McDonald's gets their shit cheap. How come they never raise their prices? Barely, like maybe like what, 2 cents like 2% a year or something. So how come they get their shit so cheap if everybody else is going like up? It's kind of like your dick. It starts small and it goes up. Same with like the fucking everything else. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Because I want to go to my local supermarket, buy better grade shit than McDonald's for a fucking decent price. I mean, fuck. That's ridiculous. So then McDonald's, since everybody else is going up in price, they decided, well, hell, I might as well go up in price too or shit. So they start raising their prices because everybody else raises their prices. Because you always know that McDonald's is a certain percent cheaper than everybody else. Anyway, so I went to the dollar menu now, and they decided that they're going to save half the production of cheese by only putting one piece of cheese on every McDouble. You know what I fucking did? You want to know what I fucking did? I fucking bitched. Because it's one piece of cheese. I mean, all I asked them to do was take that one piece of cheese, cut it in half, put it between the two pieces of meat, and get myself a double fucking cheeseburger. Yeah. Yeah. And then you know what the girl says? She starts getting in an argument with me and shit. I go to the drive-thru. She fucking sends the store manager at me and says, "Would you like to sexually harass our head person anymore?" And I'm like, I didn't sexually harass shit. I was telling her to put the meat between the cheese and shit. She took that shit so offensively. I swear to God, if someone had a bottle of fucking champagne, you should pop the cork right up her ass, because that's how she was acting towards me. And I told the manager this, and she calls me a dumbass, like she's my mom and shit. And I'm like, you have 3 kids. You are a mom. You don't have to be my mom too. You know how disgrace it is? I will be very pissed if my sperm ends up anywhere but in my girlfriend's mouth, because that shit, not gonna happen. So then I finally get my order, but they make me wait 35 minutes to ask the store owner if they can put the cheese, cut it in half, because it'll look too much like a double cheeseburger. I'm like, you take away the piece of cheese, the least you can do is go 2 seconds out of your way. I got my fucking cheese burger, or double cheese as they want to call it, in fucking 45 minutes. 45. By then, you know how many small fries I finished? Because I was kept ordering off the dollar menu because I'm a cheap American that has a lot of money but doesn't want to spend it? Yeah. 45 minutes. Those small fries, they were gone like 10 times over. If I knew that, I would have ordered like 4 larges and shit. They fucking sucked the money right out of me. Kind of like my girlfriend sucks off my dick. It explodes after a while. So, 45 minutes. That's ridiculous. And I worked at McDonald's for the last 5 years, so that's why I'm a good reference for all these costs and all this other shit. So I know what's going on and how they're fucking you. For example, our small sodas went up to $1.36. Come on, I can go to a gas station and buy a soda 20 ounce cheaper than that. Jerk on those balls. So, anyway. Yeah, so I went to work. I was trying to make food, it's lunch rush, They say when I put my mind to it, I can do it kind of thing, all that bullshit. I just work really slow because I get paid like shit. Anyway, and then if you work slow enough, they kick you out of the grill, and I don't like making food in the first place. Anyway, I was making food once, I was making them so precise and so perfect. Like, I was taking my sweet ass time on every one, whether it be a $1 menu item or a $5 menu item. Yeah. The lady yells at me. She says I put too much mayonnaise and too much lettuce on it. I'm like, the mayonnaise, it comes in a squirt bottle. You squirt it once, it gets the same amount every fucking time. And she's like, no, that's not true. So we took 2 boxes of 4-piece nuggets and squirted 1 mayonnaise in each one. We wasted 2 squirts just to show that maybe, she was wrong by the way, but maybe the mayonnaise would be the same amount. No, it's not the same amount. I'm just joking. It is the same amount. It's 4 fucking tablespoons every fucking time. It says serving size in the bottle. 4 tablespoons, 16 servings per bottle. So I told her to go jerk on these tits.
Who'd you say that to?
Oh, this was like the new store manager. No, it's the assistant store manager. She thought she was like the shit because she just got hired and she never worked at McDonald's in her life. And then she complained about me putting too much lettuce on it. I'm like, I just kind of pinch it, you know. If it looks good, it's probably right. But she's like, dude, she's like, do it so you can barely grip it. So I'm like using my pinky and my thumb and shit. I'm like, me. No, I'm not doing that shit, yo. I'm not like sending Morse code and shit. I'm just trying to grab some lettuce. That's it. That's it. She had to make a big deal about it. It was a fucking $1. You know what the store manager said? Do whatever you think is best. Do whatever you want. She didn't make it that easy, but she's like, you can listen to them, but just don't actually listen. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I'll write that. Well, next time you tell me to do something, I'll listen, but I won't actually listen. Like, I'll just be like, well, you want me to get the barbecue sauce? I thought about it. I processed it.
I did.
It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen because now I'm my own manager. So, anyway, so then another thing, the Big Mac. Now, a lot of people go through the drive-thru and shit. You know, they outsmarted the system like people that work there like me, who got it before they was even invented. Like a double cheeseburger, add mac sauce and lettuce. You know, now you got all the beats and shit about it. I've been doing this shit since like 2000. Like people are like, oh my god, I can get a Big Mac for like $1. I'm like, I've been doing it since like 2000. And like, it's nothing new. I mean, I'm not the creator of it, but I sure knew how to do it before I even heard about it. Because everybody that heard about it at McDonald's heard it from me because I was the one doing it. So then eventually it spreads around and shit. I'm not saying I originated it, but I'm just saying since 2000 or even earlier, I've been working at McDonald's, and I've been ordering Big Macs for $1. So, and now thanks to you assholes out there, my Big Mac with it for $1 is now $1.50 because I'm now charging you for fucking lettuce, charging you for mac sauce, charging you for all the extras you put on that shit. Thanks to you fuckfaces, I now have to pay $2 for the $1 item that I used to pay for. Yeah, there's still some McDonald's maybe in Alaska that don't charge you for that. But I hate to break it to you, I live in like New England and shit, and as you know, everything is expensive as fuck in New England. Yeah. And so I know California, I'll give you a state. I'll give you the West state. The Central, I mean, maybe Texas is expensive. I doubt it though, it's south. Oh, you got oil and shit. Yes. That means you're like, oh yeah, it'll be cheaper then because you get like free oil just right there. That's fine.
Alright, we're going to cut this one off for time's sake. We'll be back in a minute.